Hey friends, welcome back. I am Jason Salyer, and it is flurrying snow right now. Small little snowflakes coming down. It's right at freezing, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. And my knee is, in real life, actually killing me right now. And the thought occurred to me, if I was stuck out here, let's say I was to injure my knee even more worse than what it is right now, the thought occurred to me that building a shelter right now would be really painful, and gathering the firewood necessary to get a big fire to enable me to stay warm if I was stuck in place because I'm injured is pretty daunting. That would suck. It'd be really unpleasant. So what's a tactic that I can use to keep myself warm for a night out, whatever it may be, until I can get myself out of the situation or help may arrive? Hopefully, I was smart enough to bring some sort of shelter with me, whether that be a tarp, a poncho like this one, or a wool blanket or something, anything really. Even a trash bag, a 55-gallon drum liner would work for this, for what we're about to discuss. So what I would want to do is clear myself a comfy spot, get against a tree or something like that, get as comfortable as I can. Maybe even build myself some sort of mattress on the ground here with dry leaves, not that they exist at this current state, but I could find green leafy boughs, something like that, to get myself off the ground and insulate me just a little bit off of the ground. But let's say even that was not possible because of the state of my injury was just too painful. I could just hunker down here. If I had an extra layer of clothing, that wouldn't be wrong to sit on top of that. I button the thing up tight, snap all the snaps. In my pocket, I have a small little candle. Any candle will work, but I really like these little candle tins from Exotac. They burn really hot, burn really bright, and they're just handy because they come in a small little tin like this. So this is my spot. This is where I'm going to have to endure the misery, up against this hill, against a small little tree or something, whatever spot that I've crawled to. What I want to do is get myself set up and create and be the tent, basically. I'm going to give myself a little bit of space in here, and I'm going to light this candle up and put the candle right between my legs pretty much. And be really careful with it. Obviously, you don't want to burn holes. You don't want to melt holes in your poncho. You got to be cautious of that. But it will increase the temperature inside this tiny little shelter that I've created significantly. It really does work quite well, and I'll show you the difference. I've got a thermometer hanging on the camera tripod right now that you saw was about 32 degrees. I'll put it inside my little shelter here, and we'll see what temperature difference we can get. And friends, always carry a lighter. I mean, all the survival stuff out there is great. All the ferro rods, the micro survival kits, and all the little doodad fire starters are fantastic, but I think they're good as a backup, but they shouldn't be your primary means of starting a fire. I think a fire sleeve like this one and a Bic lighter is the way to go. It is just almost guaranteed flame. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck myself all the way inside my poncho. I'm gonna get all my head buried inside there, and I'm gonna light this candle. All right, you're inside my little shelter. I've got the poncho tucked in all around me. I'm kind of standing on it with my feet. I'm sitting on it, all right? And I'm trying to just tuck it in all the way around so no air can escape, basically. I mean, a little bit is obviously out of small little holes like that and out the top of the hood. I don't want to be completely blocked in here because I need to have fresh air if I'm lighting a candle. Honestly, just by creating this small little shelter with my poncho and tucking the sides in, even without the candle being lit, it's significantly warmer in here. Obviously, it's blocking the wind off of me. I've created a small little tent, a one-man tiny little tent. But this candle is going to really elevate the temperature in here for sure. Make sure you don't close up the top of your poncho so you can have a little bit of ventilation. And you can stick your head out, obviously, and just leave your head exposed so your body stays warm inside here. That's fine too, so you're breathing fresh air. But really, I mean, if it's really, really cold, you might want to tuck your head in here as well. So just make sure there's a little bit of ventilation. And if you do this in a vehicle, make sure you crack the windows just a tiny bit. All right, so I'm just going to hold my thermometer here, not against my skin. I'm not putting it in my pocket or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of, and I'm not even holding it directly over the flame. I'm just going to kind of hold it in the middle of the shelter for the most part so I can kind of get the average temperature. Obviously, if I hold it up higher, up near the top, it's going to be warmer. If I hold it down near the ground, it's going to be colder. So just somewhere kind of in the middle, I'm just going to let it dangle there. And let's see, give it a few minutes and let's see what the temperature difference is going to be inside here. Let's see what it is. This is just after like literally 2 minutes maybe. Get that on camera. There we go. Looks like we're almost at 50 degrees. We're right above 50 degrees now. So we've got about a 20-degree difference from the outside temperature to inside temperature. And it's a balmy 50. I mean, it's really warm in here. My hands are not cold anymore. So inside my little shelter here, I've got a 20-degree difference. That's significant. That's a big deal. That's the difference between you freezing to death and not. That candle's going to burn for 4 hours. If I had another one, I'd have 8 hours. It's a full night that I could spend in my small little shelter here and be warm and cozy. Maybe not the most comfortable way to spend the night, but it's definitely better than just sleeping out in the elements. So having a little bit of forethought, just a tiny little bit of preparation, such as a poncho or a tarp or something. I almost never go into a wilderness setting without some sort of shelter. Just because it takes so long to build anything. To build a natural shelter, I mean, everybody says, oh, you know, you can build this and that. Yeah, but it takes hours and hours and hours. And even then, it's not even close to as good as if you just had a poncho. So just carry a poncho, tie it around your waist, whatever, throw it in a small little day pack. Even a garbage bag, trash bag. If you cut one side of a trash bag, it kind of makes like a cone-shaped shelter. And you can do exactly the same technique. It won't work quite as good because it won't be you won't be able to tuck it in quite as well, but it will work. Oh, wow. We're pushing 55, 60 degrees now. We're getting up there. So 25-degree difference-ish, you know, give or take. It might get 30. If I really tucked this thing in really well on all sides, I might get 30 degrees difference in here. So that's pretty impressive. All right, guys. Well, I really do appreciate you watching. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up, subscribing if you haven't done so already. And I cannot wait to see you on the next one.